Good morning YouTube, hope everybody is doing well. Now I'm just returning from nearly 250 kilometer ride on this new Royal Enfield Classic 350, the NextGen, the 2021 model, and I thought I'll share my views with you guys about the main thing that the Classic 350 has always been very popular about, and that is about touring. Especially in India, people have been using this motorcycle primarily for touring, so I thought I'll share my views about it. So let's jot it down, let's break it down into tiny little pieces, right? To start with, the ride quality is brilliant. Right now I'm at 60 kilometers per hour. If I open the gas, it does respond pretty well. It's not as fast as the Meteor. I mean, it's not as long-legged as the Meteor, but then based on what I could sense is, like, you know, something between 90 to 100 or even like 105 kilometers per hour this motorcycle can sustain all day long. Now another thing that I want to tell is that I have been riding literally non-stop. I just stopped for fuel, and that brings me to the point of the fuel economy. So if you ride this bike at a sedate, decent enough pace, a decent enough speed, like say 70 or maybe 80 kilometers per hour, somewhere around 80-85, you can expect nearly around 40 plus. And I'm really surprised that it's a pretty big engine. Even then, I mean, it's returning nearly 40-45 kilometers to a liter, which is exceptionally good thing. But then of course, if you rip the bike up open, you take it at higher speeds constantly, then of course the mileage, the fuel economy will drop down to somewhere around 40 maybe or so. But still, 40 kilometers to a liter is not a joke in today's day and age when petrol prices are so high. Now the next point is about the comfort. So the good thing is that Royal Enfield has taken out the spring of this motorcycle seat on the seat spring. You know, that was something which looked good on the first generation, but it was not functional, as it would bounce the rider up and down along with the suspension. So the good thing is they have removed it, and it is pretty comfortable. The stock seat itself is pretty good. I have not felt any soreness in my back so far. There are no vibrations, not even on the handlebar. Of course, yes, even if you push it really hard, crossing like 110, 115, then you may feel some vibes. Otherwise, there are no vibrations at all. And the next thing is the suspension. So on Meteor, with which this motorcycle basically shares most of its hardware components, the Meteor I did not like the suspension on Meteor because the front was soft and the rear was stiff. So there was kind of no synchronization between the front and the rear. However, on this thing, it's perfectly sorted out. And both the suspensions, front and rear, they work in perfect harmony. You can go over the bad patches of the road without being bothered too much. And the engine as well, just like the Meteor, it's very tractable. You can skip a couple of downshiftings here and there. You just open the throttle and it will respond. There goes the Thunderbird. Now the exhaust note, now that's a modified one, the one that guy is having. Now the exhaust is not as raspy or as growly as the model that this bike replaces, but it always it has its own distinct thump, something that is unmistakably classic. It's slightly different than the Meteor. The Meteor is more smooth, or you can say more towards mellow kind of a tone. This thing has a little bit of growl, something that Classic has always been known for. So that's all about the good points. What I do not like about this motorcycle is, first thing is the mirrors, because they're like very stiff, they're very hard. It's difficult to adjust the mirrors in a proper position. I wish Royal Enfield could have given slightly better mirrors, but that's not a deal breaker. You can always upgrade it. You have the touring mirrors that goes on the Interceptor 650, you can fit it on this, or you can have some aftermarket parts. That should not be a problem. And the next thing which I did not like a lot is the switchgear. This feels, it looks good. If you can see it closely, it looks good, but then see on this part, the outer part, it has this small plastic thing is popping out. It feels very flimsy, and I do not know how much will it last with the time. And another complaint that I have is with the ABS. Not that the ABS does not work, it works perfectly fine, but then it's little too intrusive, because each time you apply the brakes, you can feel the pulsating sensation of the ABS, that it's constantly trying to work. It's little too intrusive, which may piss off some riders like me, but it's not something that it will bother many people. Many people will not even actually get to understand that the ABS is working really hard. So overall, if you talk about touring, of course this is a brilliant product for touring. There's a lot of you can go for long distances without feeling tired at all. So if you are confused between the Meteor and the Classic 350 and you want to decide which one to buy, if you like a very relaxed riding posture on a motorcycle with your legs going straight towards the front, Meteor is an option. It's pretty good. It comes loaded with all the techs and gizmos that you can expect for. And next thing is that if you like the looks of Classic, if you're someone who likes sitting upright, with not too much of a forward set foot pegs, and you want to feel like you're sitting like a king, that's what this thing is about, then you should go for the Classic. There is the differences between the prices of the top of the line models, or even for the bottom, the base ones. It's pretty near, it's pretty close, and that is the reason why many people are getting confused. But then it's all on the personal choice, personal preference. What kind of riding posture do you like? So I hope that this video comes out to be of some help for some of you guys. In case if it does, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and acquaintances. I'll see you guys again. Until then, stay safe, ride safe, and God bless you all. Bye bye.